Brother, can you see me?
No, I can't see you.
Okay, let me see here.
Now I can see you.
Now you can see me.
Yes. So
wonderful, wonderful. All right, so a little bit of technical difficulties. Let's just frame up what's happened. We've been trying to get together here today to chat. We're our first time really chatting. We've had minuscule chat. I'm getting some background trouble here. I'm still having some technical difficulties. Oh shoot.
oh, it's good. I can see you, but now it's gone again.
Okay, wait a second. Here we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey.
This is it. Okay, so some technical things. Some troubles. We have to let go of the troubles, right? We always have sometimes troubles, and troubles are a part of the life. Troubles are a part of the life, right?
But we have to live on with that. We have to move on again.
You have to move on again. We have to move on from the troubles. We have to push on from the troubles. And this is it. Is sometimes we get stuck in the troubles.
Yes.
It's easy to get stuck in the troubles. It's our nature. It's the human nature to get stuck in the troubles and get stuck in the quicksand and lose sight of the goal. To lose sight of the goal, right? And so we always want to make sure that we start off. We always want to begin in the very best way. We want to begin always with best intentions.
That's true, and it's important to bounce back again from the troubles by having sympathy towards the self-love, and also forgiving the self for all the shortcomings which we have been having. And that's what we have been learning from you, and we are privileged to have you today live. And I'm really pumped up for this magnificent session with a magnificent and fabulous being, none other than John, with me, coach, the life coach, the coach who preaches self-love, who practices self-love, who practices self-forgiveness, who practices Breatharianism, and who practices Fruitarianism, who teaches how to love the self, how to deal with the issues. And if I go on talking about John, it will take me a whole hour to describe about John, such as your impact on my life and many lives. You're such a good light worker, and I'm honored to be with you, John. Really honored to be with you. Yes, please, over to you.
Brother, it's such a nice gift. Today is my birthday. It's my 49th birthday, and I've been having well wishes today. It's such a nice gift to have so many well wishes today. You know, your birthday is like a Christmas day. Like everyone is wishing you well. Everyone is wishing you well. So
many happy returns of the day, brother. On behalf of the viewers and on behalf of myself in particular. On behalf of your followers, your students, many happy returns of the day. And you have a Leo with you, and I'm a Leo as well.
It's so funny. It's so funny how you know, when everyone is wishing you well, it's so easy to have a good day when everyone is wishing you well. It's the trick is to have a good day every day, though, right? How to make it every day to be a good day. This is the thing, isn't it?
Yes, brother, I agree. I really agree. And today's dialogue with you is going to be more exciting because we are going to have a beautiful dialogue on prana, on Breatharianism, sources of prana, and what is this Breatharian lifestyle is going to be like. Uh, what are the challenges of being a Breatharian, and of course, the role of cleaning the lymphatic system and many more things. Practicing self-love, of course, that's the most important thing to survive, to have success, and many other things today. Of course, the high vibe foods, Breatharianism, and the role of high vibe foods and role of hydrogen water in cleansing the body. And then how to get rid of mucus, the most important question, the mystery remains on how to get rid of the parasites from the body, and many more. Can't wait to get started, John. I can't really wait.
Amazing, brother. Tell me, how did you find about me? How do you know about me, brother? How did you find about me?
I am a dedicated volunteer in a spiritual organization, and the organization which teaches Raj Yoga meditation. And I am in India, and I'm located at Mount Abu in an institution named Brahma Kumaris, which teaches Raj Yoga meditation. And my life is now dedicated towards uplifting people, to teach them meditation, to teach them about the positivity and many things, of course. So when I'm on the same path, so our paths crossed because of that, because I am on the same frequency of love. And I happen to battle severe chronic pain in my body, which is some bulges in the lower discs of my spinal cord and the cervical regions, vertigo. And I was on medication. I was on physiotherapy. I was on Ayurvedic medication. And I was into some massages, Ayurvedic massages, which is also called Panchakarma. You might be familiar with, because Kerala is particularly famous for that. And I've been into many things, but nothing treated me. And then there was one man who brought me into this pranic lifestyle, raw vegan lifestyle, sun gazing, grounding, and this pranic lifestyle. And since more than a year, I've been into sun gazing. I have been practicing grounding regularly. I've been practicing Qigong and many other energy things. And it's still a journey that I must say that I'm still on my journey to totally convert into a fruitarian.
Yeah.
I'm still on the way.
Yeah.
And
yeah. Blessing, brother. We're all on the way. We're all on the way. We're all working on the way. We're all working on the way. Yes.
And then I found you on Facebook, and I'm really, really attracted to what you write regularly every day on Global Health and Wellness group, and also in your private chat group in Messenger. And it's a massive, massive, massive privilege. And I can't really put in words really how you impacted me and how you impacted many people who have been following you. And I just forgive myself for all the wrongdoings which I've been doing. And I started practicing love, self-love, and giving out the love to the universe. That's the important part of meditation, because self-love is the foundation of meditation. And I am a celibate as well. We practice celibacy in this organization. So it's like converting your sexual energy into spiritual energy. That's an important part and parcel of.
Yes, brother. Yes, brother.
So
This is
I
a
have
big
been,
part of it, but very few people are practicing managing their sexual energy, not recognizing that this is our most personal.
yes,
This is our footprint here. This is
yeah,
our thumbprint, our fingerprint. This is our most personal energy. This is us.
yes, yes,
This
yes,
is
yes.
what we use to create life.
Yeah, which is the life force. And that's why we are here, our paths are crossed, and I can't believe that I'm with the angel of love. John, you're certainly an angel. And I do strongly feel that one has to give more importance to the heart chakra, because this is where the energies just meet here. The lower energies and the higher energies meet. And so when our heart chakra is open, we just transcend our energies to higher dimensions. Uh, that's what you have been teaching, and I've been following you. I've been following many
This is
things.
it, brother. This is it. This is it. You know,
So
it's really about frequency. It's really about vibration. You know,
yes,
this is ancient laws. This is natural laws. These are the laws of nature, right?
yes,
We are getting what we are giving to our life.
yeah, yes, brother, that's true. And since more than a year, I've been following you on your Facebook, in your, of course, it's been a very less time in your personal messenger chat, but I've been in your private group since a year. And then I've been practicing fasting, dry fasting, and I've been into practicing greens, juices, wheatgrass juice in particular, and the intermittent fasting. So my ultimate goal is to be a breatharian, because that's the only way I feel that we can transcend to newer dimensions, and we can impact the world, and we can raise our energies. Maybe you can call it kundalini or Christ consciousness, or the life force or prana. We can just impact each and every soul of this universe by accessing the higher dimensions. And as Raman Maharshi, a great yogi in India, has said, your own self-transformation is the gift you can give to this universe. And that's what we are here for. Um, and so here we go.
This is it. This is it. The transformation that the human can make within themselves, right?
Yes, brother.
Yes.
Yes.
You know,
So,
what we have in our life is what we have created in our life.
yes, brother. Yes.
Yes.
We get what we are destined to. So we are like a magnet, a cosmic magnet in this universe. So what the energy we release into the universe, it will be coming back by leaps and bounds. And so it's imperative that we practice love for everyone, compassion, respect to each and every individual. And that's what we are doing. So, well, we'll be talking today about Breatharianism, and to have a Breatharian like you here, of course, it means a lot to me, and I must really thank you, because it's a special day for me, because it's your birthday today, and the viewers, of course, are eagerly waiting for absolutely uplifting content from you, as you always give each and every day. Just when we think you're given everything, you come up with even more special every day. And that's why I watch your live videos every day. So, yes, thanks for that. So, uh, in each and every journey, there's definitely pain. And as I came to know about you, I came to know that you're about to become bankrupt twice in your life, at the age of 31 and at the age of 41 again. And I even came to know, after coming to know about your personal life, that you were about to lose your family as well. And even I, I saw your old pictures were when you were a bit stout.
This is it, brother. Yes, brother. Yes, I was a champion bodybuilder. I was in the Mr. Universe competition 25 years ago. I'm a married man. I have 3 children. Right. Yes. I have been through a couple of bankruptcies. I've been through loss. You know, this is the thing, is that so many of us have been through loss. So I think it's important for people to relate. You have to make yourself vulnerable. You have to be able to share your loss. You have to be able to talk about your loss. You know, like, this is how we overcome our loss.
Yes, that's right.
It's by putting it on the table in front of us, and sitting with it, and sitting in the room with it. And here is the loss in front of me. But I am okay. I've moved beyond the loss, right? And it's a belief in ourselves. It's a self-belief. It's a self-value. It's a self-worth. It's something we develop through practicing loving thoughts and words to ourselves about ourselves. This is the practice.
Yes, brother. Of course, it is practice, and we are all on this path. Of course, you're like a father figure, definitely, because of what you teach and what you practice in your daily life. And so every successful story has a lot of pain and trauma behind it. And I'm sure you had your own share of dark energies which you have overcome.
Yes.
So can you please explain us on how it was like, how it was your journey when you were battling your own shortcomings or own dark energies of your own, and
yes.
How did you come out of it, and what was the pain when you were going through that phase, and how did you battle it out?
Yes, brother. You're talking about overcoming the shadow. You're talking about overcoming the traumas in our life. Like I say, I've had, traumas in my life. I've had loss, and whenever we have loss, it's always a thought in our head too that we're getting punished because of the loss, right? And what we have to do is we have to reframe this idea that we are being punished. This is how we overcome a loss.
Yes,
we have to think about the loss differently than we do, and it takes a little bit of time to overcome a loss. Like there must be a grieving time.
Mm-hmm.
When we have a loss, of relationship, a loss of relationship with food or substance or person, whenever there's been a loss of something, we do have a cry time. Everybody has a cry time, depending on how big the loss was, right? So yes, we have a cry time, and some people's cry time is short, and some people's cry time is long.
Yes, it is.
And we can't say how long somebody's crying time should be. But and so not one is right and one is wrong. Everybody is free will to choose. Free will to choose. But when you want to make a change in your life, whenever you are ready to make a change in your life, you are saying that, regardless of what has happened to me, that has no power over me from this point going forward, unless I allow it to come forward with me by the memory of it, by thinking and speaking about it in the way that I always have. If I change the way I think and speak about it, then I change and release the energy that was associated with it. And I'll give you an instance. You know, I started into the bodybuilding when I was 13. I built up my body very big, and I was protecting myself this way because I felt I wasn't good enough.
Yes.
So
Okay.
it was a broken thought. I already had it from when I was 13. But, you know, truthfully, it was in me from even younger than that. But it grew in me even more. You know, when I was 19, I started into my bodybuilding. I was just going to university, and my mother died. My mother died of cancer. And you know, when she was on her deathbed, this was a very monumental time for my life. I was holding my mother's hands. And my mother was, you know, the most optimistic force in my life. And she was only 42, and I was 19, just the month before my 19th birthday. And I remember holding her hand, and she was telling me, you know, that she was going to die, and that I should you know, let her go. You know, and that it was okay. And you know, at the time when my mother was telling me this, I was angry at my mother.
Okay.
Because I thought that my mother was giving up on her life. She was still alive as far as I was concerned. And I was 18, 19, not thinking my mother is going to die, and not even contemplating this idea. No, you are not going to die was my thought. But here she was with greater knowledge of her pending death, and she was trying to tell her son, her firstborn, who she loved dearly, to let her go. And I was angry at her. So I did not receive her message, what she wanted me to receive. I could not. Does it make sense?
Okay.
But
Yes, it
but now
does.
but now at 49 with an 18-year-old daughter, now I think if I was to go on my deathbed, how I would want her to know, it's okay, love. You're okay, love. You'll be okay, love. This is what I would want to tell her. But how angry she would be at me. And I had that anger in me, and I took it out into my body, and I continued it more on my body, breaking myself in the body, breaking myself in the gym, building up this musculature to protect me from my life. This was like a brokenness inside of myself and anger inside of me. And it was a shadow energy, and it led me into a lot of shadow energies and dark things and bad habits. And all things that led me into a lot of pain and bankruptcy, financial, emotional pain, physical weight on my body, addictions to substance. It led me into all of these things in my shadow anger, in my low frequency energy, in this energy I was carrying forward of not being enough, my misperception of the light. Something I couldn't perceive at 18 or 19, I couldn't contemplate and rejig in my mind until I was 45. Now I'm nearing 50. So, you know, it's like you look back on your life and you reframe the way you think and spoke and thought about your life, and you recognize that I had a misperception of the love that my mother was giving me. And I took the love that she was giving me and I went out in anger with it. It's a misperception of the light. The light is always love.
Yes.
But the individual perceives it a certain way and then carries on for 10 or 15 or 20 years after that in such a way that hurts them because they did not interpret the light message correctly. So it's a misperception of the light that we come to maybe later on in the life after we practice self-love and we start to rise up our vibration. Then we start to come to the awareness of something, a different way of looking at something that happened in my life. And I reframe that part in my life and I heal that within me. There's an emotional shift within me. I am changed. My life is changed energetically.
Oh my God. Okay. This version of you really touched my heart, John, because I had the same journey as you had, and I'm glad that I'm able to relate to it. Okay.
It's about relating to loss. We all have loss and we all have to relate to each other, and we have to just have a way to communicate our losses to each other. And I have to be able to speak about the death of my mother and holding her hand. And I couldn't talk about that until I was 45.
Okay.
That happened to me when I was 19. I held pain and anger and frustration and sadness and sorrow and loss, and I am not good enough, and I destroyed my life with it. I built up this thing, taking these substances, eating these foods, trying to find it outside by a woman, by a sex, by a drug, by money, by a job, by more of something external to be happy. It doesn't ever fill. It doesn't fill this way. It cannot be filled this way. It cannot be filled this way. It has to be filled from inside.
Yes, there has to be a tipping point for that too. So how and when did the shift happen?
So my second bankruptcy at 40. I went bankrupt at 30. I went bankrupt at 40. At my second bankruptcy now, the strain on my family, the strain on my relationship, I'm going to lose my wife. I'm going to lose my family. The way that I'm conducting myself has to go.
Yes, it does. It has to.
It's what I know, but it has to go. And I'm making a decision. I need to figure out a different way to live my life. So I'm searching for, the right model of life. So, coming back to faith, coming back to Christianity, Catholicism, where my family is Catholic, coming back to faith, reading the Bible, studying, practicing, going to church, it's not solving. Couple of years doing this back and forth with the church is trying to find the spirit, trying to relate to spirit, trying to relate to the energy that's within us, spirit. When we're trying to understand it through the eyes of Christianity, or we're trying to understand it through the eyes of the prophet, or we're trying to understand it through the eyes of one visual, one perspective. We get into a linear perspective like, this is the way, it is the only way. And as soon as you join to one way, is only one way to do this, then you telling everybody else they have the wrong way. And this is the problem when you talking about there's only one way. But at the same time, there is only one way. It is the one life force energy that is here, that is within every single one of us. But we have different ways of relating and talking about it.
Yes, absolutely.
So yes, there is but one way, but we have many ways to talk about that one way.
Of course.
And people get confused by different ways. No, my way, we fighting. The Christian is pointing at the Muslim is pointing at the Jew, and nobody in the West will respect the East. and then they have the news stories that they drop down from above, the stories they put out, like there's killer, there's you could die, you could die, you could die. This is the message that's coming from the television, from the marketing, from the top. The people are confused. They're speaking different languages, and they're speaking different love languages, and there's a scary message coming down, and the humans are afraid. They've been completely confused and scared, and then addicted to substance, food, and drug. Sex, food, and drug. Shown pornographic images, shown sexual images. This is how the human is happy: through sex, through coffee, through alcohol, through these substances. The human gets happy, has sex, and goes to work and pays their bills. And this is the happiness of the human. And it is a way. I'm not to say it isn't a way. It is a way, brother. Everyone is free to choose the way they want to go. This is free will.
Yes.
So who's to say my way is the right way? I'm not trying to tell anyone that my way is the right way either. Everyone is free to choose. I'm just talking about another way.
Yes. A way of upliftment.
I'm just talking about an alternative way. Rather than thinking that my happiness is food, coffee, alcohol, and sex, shopping, and my paycheck, rather than thinking that this is what my happiness and health is, that no, I'm choosing to say, no, my happiness and my health is what I create inside of myself energetically from the dialogue that I have within myself. Something that I am in control of. The feeling or the vibration or the emotional shift that I create within myself. This is what creates my life and my reality, my vibration. The footprint that I put out into the world is what creates what I get back. It's just taking responsibility for my life.
Absolutely. Everyone is in charge of their own lives, and one has to choose what they want, and one has to move forward with zeal and enthusiasm about what they pursue. That's the thing.
So you know, I come to 40 and I start to say my life is going the wrong way, and I don't want it to continue this way, and I want all of it to change. So at some point you have to come down, to break down on your knees in tears, whatever. You're coming down. Listen, what I'm doing is not doing it. I know it's wrong.
Yes.
So I am looking for what's right. I am looking for what's right. I'm opening myself up, you know, how to get what is right. And you know, in my brokenness and in my crying and crying out, you know, Tony Robbins came into my life. I started to see some professional speakers, motivational speakers were the start for me. Tony Robbins, and I also want to mention Abraham Hicks. These were my two original mindset. I mean, I was looking at the faith, the churches. I was in the men's group at the church, at the Christian church. I was deeply embedded in the reading the Bible and the scripture and practicing Christianity and listening to the message of Robbins and I'm sorry why I always forget the lady's name, but listening to the motivational message, the mindset, coming to the mindset, practicing the mindset, coming to the mindset. My thought process was, I want to look at the greatest mindsets that are on the planet. And I looked in business, you know, as an entrepreneur, I looked in, you know, the most successful mindset programs on the planet. I looked at them and I studied them and I learned them. I looked at Buddhism. I looked at it for a couple of years. I mean, I'm practicing these things and reading these things and observing these things. I've been practicing yoga for 20 years. I practiced Tai Chi for 10 years. I've practiced boxing. I've been a bodybuilder. I run. I play sports. I've been an athlete, almost a professional. I mean, I've practiced movement. I've practiced Qigong. You know, I've practiced Tai Chi. So it's understanding that there is a link. There's a link in all life. There's a teaching for martial arts that you can follow the teaching and be very successful human. You can follow the teaching of Christianity and be a very successful human. You can follow the teaching of Buddha and you can be a very successful human. And it's nothing wrong with following. There's nothing wrong with it. Bless you all who are following something. Bless you all. And there's something else, and it's about following within yourself. And it's something else. It's intuition and wisdom. It's your inner intuition, your inner guide, your inner wisdom. You may be trained in many things, but you deciding for yourself, what do you believe? What have you learned? What have you seen? What have you read? What has all of what you know in your life been saying to you? So you're running what you know through a screen of meditation and connecting to your inner energies. Because this is about the energy of the human being, the life force energy. And we have to talk about the different levels of humanity. We have to understand that there is a physical level to the human, the body, a cellular structure, 50 trillion cells, 30 trillion cells, whichever reference you want to use. You can find multiple different references, 10 trillion cells, 30 trillion cells, 50 trillion cells, 100 trillion cells. I've heard them all. The body is a physical thing, a cellular structure. But you are not your body. Because the body is going to be here when you're dead. The body is still going to be here. So you are not your body. Yes, you have a body, but you are not your body.
Absolutely.
You are your body too, but you are not only your body. So don't only observe this physicalness, this desire of the body. Don't only observe this. I'm not saying that you cannot observe this, but I am saying don't only observe this. It is not only you. So you are physical, you are mental, and you are your thoughts. Yes, you are what you think about. Yes, it's very much true. You are what you think about most often. But you are not only your thoughts, because you can change your thoughts.
Yes.
So obviously you're not only your thoughts, because they can be changed.
Yes. Absolutely.
So we are not only body, we are not only thought. There is another part, and this is energetic. This is energetic, emotional body, spiritual body, higher self. Some people want to break this up and say emotional body and spiritual body. Some people want to break it again here. 2 over here and 2 over here. And it's not a bad argument.
Yes.
It's not a bad argument. Or we can look at this as a triad. You know, it depends how you see it in your mind. I cannot make somebody see it one way or another way. Everybody has to find their own decisions. But we have to recognize that the human is not the body and not the mind. The human is more, I would say, the energy than anything else. Because this is the part when we die, this is the part that is no longer here. The energy is gone.
It is just a mortal coil. It's just a corpse.
The physical body, the cellular structure of the body is not the being. The being is the energy that is going through the cell.
Yes.
The being is not the physical body that we need to eat the food to sustain. The being is the energetic energy. And if we want to take this even into the physical, we take it down to the cellular level, and we go, into the cellular organelles, and we go, into the cellular organelle structure, which is proteins, which is made of amino acids, which is made of molecules, which is made up of atoms, which is made up of protons and electrons. And at the atomic level, that electron spins around that proton, positive and negative. It just negatively is pulled by the positive charge and falls over top of it, and falls over top of it, and falls over top of it forever. And it never eats. And it never needs to. And it's to come to this concept in mind, this type of understanding in mind, to contemplate this idea in mind, to see and understand how you are not the body or the mind, but you are that energy. And we need to learn how to tap into that energy and have a relationship with that energy, and develop and grow and nurture that relationship just like we would any other relationship on this planet. How would we nurture a relationship of any kind? We have to have dialogue with it.
Absolutely.
We have to be accountable to it. Like, I have to say, listen, I'm going to get up every day and I'm going to be here for you. I'm going to practice. I'm going to come here in the morning and I'm going to be here for you. This is you speaking to who? To you. This is how you're speaking to yourself. I'm going to be here every day and I'm going to work on my energy and I'm going to take responsibility for it. And I'm going to grow it just like a plant in my garden. In my thought garden, I will grow it. I will nurture it. I'll believe in it. I'll water it. I'll nurture it. I'll tend to the soil. I'll take the weeds away. I'll prune it and I'll make it well and healthy and strong, and I'll grow it. This is an intention. It's a decision you're choosing in mind. I'm going to grow the love inside of myself. It's unfortunate that on this channel, which is why I wanted to avoid it, we're going to run out of time on this channel because my wife has to run her workout on this channel, and that's why I wanted to see if we could do it on another channel.
So, shall we try on another platform, or what do you suggest?
We tried the other platforms, all of them failed.
Yes.
I think we may be finished for today, my brother.
That's okay, but we can catch up on another day because
Yes.
we have a whole lot to discuss. And I'm really damn sure that you've got a whole lot to offer for everyone who are the students of life, who are in the journey of life.
What time is it? Let me see. I think we're going to have to I think we're going to have to break it out today here, brother. I wanted to speak with you without time restraint. I'm sorry that we are under restraint now just because of some technical issues. This is the trouble. We are going to get together again. We're going to continue this teaching because, brother, it helps me to dialogue it out.
Yes.
Because this is what it is. It's about how we're speaking to ourselves. It's about the practice. It's about having the opportunity to have a chance to dialogue it out. This is how clarity comes.
Yes. And
You,
I will definitely be.
you are my love brother. You are my brother, love, and we are creating a relationship, brother. And because you love my message, you inspire me to share it.
It is my pleasure, and I'm privileged to do that. And I feel that it's my duty, because as I posted earlier, the ones whose third eye has opened, they are more responsible souls in the universe. And as light workers, it's our duty. And no problem. If I'll just accept it, because this is part of the journey, but there's just a comma. I will see you soon. It's not a goodbye. See you soon.
So we're going to talk about the food. We're going to talk about the juices. We're going to talk about the fasting. We're going to talk about the grounding. We're going to talk about the water. We're going to talk about the energy. This is all about the energy.
Yes.
The fasting. The fasting is to take away the external. It's the practice. It's the physical practice that enables us to build a relationship with the energy within us.
Yes, it is.
Certainly. And as we connect to the energy within us, as we understand it, where it is, know what it is, as we come to know it, we can grow it more easily and more clearly, and it grows more readily and more quickly within us.
Yes. When you talk about the concept of fasting, many questions keep popping up in my mind. And of course, the viewers, I'm sure, because being on the journeys, they do certainly have many questions and many challenges with regards to fasting. Of course, maybe it's juice feast.
So many challenges, brother. If we get together and we start to dialogue these things out and talking about these things, so that people can see and hear and understand. Yes. This is the purpose. To help people see and hear and understand. This is the purpose.
Yes, brother. Yes.
Because there's much confusion. There's so much confusion and misunderstanding about how the body is healed, how the being loves and takes care of themselves, and how the being really changes and heals their life. And it's not about drugs and chemicals, brother. It's about nature.
And that's why in our next session, we should be talking about inside out, on how we should approach this pranic way of life. What is the mindset required? And
we were discussing mindset today. You know, we were framing up some mindset today. This is what we've begun. We've begun framing up some mindset. And I think that's where it has to begin, because it is a change of mind that we need to make. We need a change. We need a change of understanding. We need a new understanding to create a new reality for ourselves. We need a new understanding of reality to create a new reality for ourselves. Right? Yes. There are many understandings of reality on this planet. There are many successful ones and some very many unsuccessful ones as well too. And if you look at some different thought processes on the planet, once you begin to look at some different ones and you start to understand, and then you start to decide for yourself what thought processes and what things are most important to you. What do you love? What do you stand for? What do you live for? What would you die for? When you start to understand what these things are in your life, You have faced your death. You've looked at it and you said, if I was to die, what would I want that my life to have been for? If I was to die, what would I want my legacy to be? If I was to die, if someone was holding a gun to my head, what would I say to them? What would I say when I'm dying? If someone says to you, how do you live or how do you die? And I say, you live and you die by the energy that is within you. It is by the nature. It is by the love that you decide within yourself. No matter what happens, this is what I'm going to say. This is when you know what you're living for and what you're willing to die for. So this is what I'm going to live for. This is what I would die. If anyone was going to kill me, I would have to forgive them and say, this is what I am living for. You're trying to save your life till the end of life, but this is what you are living for. This is what I am living for, is to help others to see that they have the power within themselves to fix or change or heal their life. That above anything, this is a choice, a decision, a change of mind that the human can choose to make for themselves. It's a decision we make in the masculine mind and an image that we create in the feminine mind, in our imagination. This is how we change our life from within ourselves, energetically, in the imagination, in the divine feminine. In the divine feminine. Brother, thank you so much for this time today. I'm sorry we have to leave it now.
But I'm really grateful to the destiny. I'm really grateful to the universe, and I'm really grateful for the Almighty for giving this wonderful opportunity to connect with you. And in the end, I would say that we are going to meet again, and we are going to talk about many more things. But today, I would say, I would wish you many happy returns of the day again. And I would even love to give my love, my greetings to your family. And I wish that all your goals will be met, and I wish the best for you and for your loved ones. That's it, John.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. I want to return the blessing to you, brother. I want to return the blessing to you, brother. I'm grateful for the time. I'm grateful for the questions. I'm sorry that we have to be cutting short. I'm so grateful for our meeting. I'm so grateful for our relationship. Thank you so much for being a brother. I am learning to love my brother. I'm learning how to love my brothers. I'm sharing love with my brothers. I'm learning to love by interacting with you lovingly, brother. I love you, brother. Thank you, brother.
This conversation has really touched me, John, and we will meet you. We'll certainly meet in another session. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. Thank you to all of the viewers. Thank you to the friends. Thank you to all the friends for watching. Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, friends. I love you.